Good morning. Happy Sunday to you all, and thank you very much for joining me. Looks like it's quite a nice day again, round and about all over the world, which is lovely. These lights don't do me any good, do they? Well, this is what we're going to use today. Oh, that looks better. This is one of the new Creative Expressions 3D embossing folders by Sue Wilson, and it's called Hearts on a String. And I just think it's very, very pretty. It's very different. So it is one that is millimeters, 119 millimeters, so 19 centimeters by 145, which I think is 5 3/4 by 7.5 or something like that. So it's a decent size. I'm going to make it into an A5 card. And I'm also going to be using John Lockwood's Chrysanthemum die for some flowers on it. So a bit of a different thing. Love flowers. So yeah, I thought I'd do something that I like it all, but something that I like. So that's the enfolder that we're going to be using. And I'm going to start off with my A5 card. So basically it's an A4 piece and then folded in the middle with a bit of bone foldering, just to make sure that that is nice and crisp for us. Now I'm going to make the flower into sort of a slightly different colourways this time. So I'm going with a sort of a green and white, which looks a bit different. So I've already cut some mats and layers, and actually I've already done all of the embossing and the cutting so that you don't have to sit and listen to my machine wearing along. So first of all, I've taken one piece of card which is moss green. So it's one of the craft artist linen cards. So it's a really lovely mossy green. So that's going to be my first layer. So I'm going to pop that down straight away. And that's going to go directly onto my card front. And I've taken off 1 centimetre all the way round. So basically the measurements for this will be, so across here on an A5 card, it's 14.8 by 21. So taking 1 centimetre off all the way round, this piece is 13.8 by 20. So nice and easy. Gives me a big border, which I quite like. So then I'm going to go with a piece of avocado green as well. And that's going to go in the centre. And I've taken off 1 centimetre again. So this piece is now 12.8 by 19. So we're taking off 1 centimetre all the time. So this is the linen card. So it has got 2 sides to it. One is a very subtle linen effect and the other is a smooth. And I'm going to do it so that we have got the linen effect showing on the front there. Like so. So there is my card there all ready to go. And then I have already taken my embossing folder and embossed a piece, and I have used some of the speciality card, mainly because I had it out because I was using something and I thought, oh, I do miss using it. So here is my embossed piece of card, and I just think it's rather beautiful. So as you can see, it's got the little hearts on a string, and it would be lovely to do mica magic over or any of the glazes, just picking up these lovely hearts and things. That would be really pretty. But today I'm not. I'm just going to have that done in the white card as well. So again, I've taken 1 centimetre off all the way round. So we're now down to, I better just check because I lost the track now. This one is 11.8 across, and I think it's 18. Yeah, 18 in length. So just taking off that centimetre all the way round. So we had a fabulous day yesterday, or a fabulous afternoon, with some ladies that you will have seen have been making some lovely frames. And that's the culmination of my April classes. I've got a couple of spaces left on the main classes for May, which I will be putting on later today, if anyone would like to join us in those. And as you may recall, I'm changing things up a bit. So watch this space, as they say. But it was a great workshop with everybody. And we had some new ladies as well. So thank you very much for joining us. And I can see that you enjoyed it because you've already said on the Facebook group, which is lovely. So there is my card base all ready to go, but now I want to pop some flowers and get some flowers ready for it. So I'm going to pop that to one side for the moment. And again, I have already cut out some of the chrysanthemums. Now, although they're called chrysanthemums, and therefore you might think, oh, well, it's an autumnal flower, so maybe I won't use it. They really just work in any shape or form in my eyes. So I'm going to be doing 3 flowers. So I've cut out a couple of times so that I have got enough to do the couple of flowers there. And I'm just going to put some colour on them because I don't want them just all white. They're not all white. So I'm going to be using the Distress ink in shabby, well, even in shabby shutters. And that is like a very pale green. And I think that that's going to work out really well this time. I'm using a finger dauber to apply my ink. People use all different colours and all different sizes. And this is just going to give it a really different look. I think you could almost call it a natural look, which I think looks rather nice. So I've got my flower moulding mat underneath, but I don't need it underneath just at this stage because I'm just wanting to put the colour on. So I'm going to go through my die cuts and I'm going to pick up with my with my dauber, sponge dauber, some of the shabby shutters ink, and I'm going to work it from the middle and then just go out a little bit. So it looks like I'm putting a complete dot, if you could call it that, on there. Okay, and then I'm going to take that off. Then I'm going to go with the next size down, and again just go over, whoops, and putting my colour in the centre there. I'm not using Distress Oxides because I don't want the colour to move very much. Distress Oxides blend really, really well, but I don't want it to do that on this case. So that's why I'm not using it. And if you did see, how many of you were amongst the thousands of people watching the launch of the new Distress and, well, the new Ranger ink, Distress ink range. Oh my goodness me. It's a really pretty colour. It's called, oh blimey, not strangled patina. Salvaged, that's the word, salvaged patina. And it's a really pretty bluey green sort of colour. It's my sort of colour. And I have them coming in, they should be here by the end of the week. So I have them coming in Distress inks and Distress Oxides and also the Distress spray, but not the Distress Oxide spray, as I won't sell that. So I am just inking up all of these, and I've already done a few more here as well, so I will leave them to one side. So I've done 1 large flower, or will have done, and 2 of the smaller flowers because I like to put it into 3s in this particular one. So I'll pop that, we've finished with that now, I'll pop that to one side. And now I'm going to go with my moulding mat. So it's a really nice firm moulding mat, very important. And I'm going to turn all of my flowers over the wrong way round to just first and foremost take a large ball tool and then and then just bring these up, whoops, so that I'm just, so this is from the back, just sort of curling those petals very, very slightly. They are quite delicate because they are very, very thin for the mere fact of so would be a chrysanthemum. So they just about allow me to do that, to just curl up those little edges. And then I'm going to turn them all over the other way. And I'm just going to go with the same ball tool into the centre and then just, oh, squeaky, squeaky, press down onto those so that we've got that sort of cup notion. And then simply pop them together. So a bit of glue into the centre of that one. And then popping this one down and slightly offsetting it so that my petals are every other one. Excuse that. And then the next one down, a little dot of glue. And again, offsetting it. And then finally the last little one on the top there. Whoops. And again, if I can, try and offset it. And then hopefully now, having got all of those together there, you'll be able to see, I just pull those up a bit, you'll be able to see that the green that I put on has now, looks more realistic, if you see what I mean. These ones, it looks possibly like a little blob down there. But once you put them all together, I think it looks really pretty. So you could put any colour in there and it just gives that sort of more daisy-like, really, rather than chrysanthemum. So I think that looks rather nice. So rinse and repeat. I shall do this one. So again, it's just curling in these leaves from behind. Oops. And this one. So I do 4 of my petals. You could do all of them as one layer, and you've even got like a little curled up centre. I'll show you what I mean in a second, that you could use. So you could make these exceptionally full flowers, or you could just do them as I'm doing. So I've just got 4 layers, and the actual die comes, I think it's about 10 flowers it comes out with or something. So it's pretty yummy. So daisy-esque. Jeanette, you are so right. It is daisy-esque. I like that. That sounds very posh. Well, and they are very posh, so that's exactly right then, isn't it? Oh dear. So let's pop this one there and into place. And whilst I'm holding it, I can sort of flick up with my fingers with the petals, but just giving it a bit more oomph. No, a bit more, you know what, je ne sais quoi. But at the same time, because I was holding it down with my ball tool, it makes it quite safe to do so. Now, finally, we're doing one big one. So again, 4 layers, but exactly the same. Just going to curl those layers up. For me personally, I find curling the petals from behind might be a little bit laborious, but it just gives a better flower, in all honesty. I was just going to show you, as if you don't move them, if you just stuck them down, you would get a really different look. So you would, it's very pretty, but you would get, let's just show you. I know I haven't got the last one on there, but you would get that look as opposed, I'm going to bring it up to the camera. Can you see that? That look as opposed to that look. So it is very, very different, and it gives you that dimension, whereas that one's quite flat, but it's still very pretty. You might prefer to do it like that, but I prefer to give my flowers a little bit of a something. So, just rather than chase it around, I should hold it, shouldn't I? So just tease those up a little bit. So there we go, and turn them over just to cup them so that we can pop them all together. So I'm going to choose, as I said, 3, and I've got a little sentiment to go into the centre. These ones were also designed that they've got like a hole in the middle there. They were designed for stamens to go in really easily. So again, another versatile thing to choose. And I know lots of people have already got them, so I thought I'd choose one of the flowers before other flowers might come out. So few flowers still now available, so I'm pleased to say that there are some on their very very soon, within hours, in fact. So let's just pop that onto there. And again, holding down in the center, I can then pull this up. And another reason why, but I only learnt that yesterday, another reason why you shouldn't use distress oxides when you're using a ball tool like this is because apparently the distress oxides react with the steel and can cause grey marks. I did not know that until yesterday. So there you go. So I've now got all my bits and pieces, and I'm bringing in a couple of other things. This was one of the lovely bridge dies. No, not bridge, shutter dies. This is one of two of the dies that come from that, which I think look very nice. And I'm going to pop a sentiment onto that. And do you know what? When you have got as many sentiments as probably you and I all have, why is it that we can't find one that is just right for that? I don't know. But then I discovered I'm going back to my old favourites. So I'm going back to these ones that which we did. And I'm going to use, I think that one, does that one go in there nicely? No, that's too small. We're going to go in for Time to Celebrate. So I'm just going to pop that in there as well. So pop it into my, just about it will go into my stamping platform. Just about tuck that into the corner. Okay, then what did I do with it? I've lost. What did I do with that then? Did I pick it up? No? Oh, there it is. Oh, you were all telling me where it was, weren't you? You thought the guinea pig had got it again, didn't you? So because my flowers are going to go possibly around here a little bit, I'm just going to centre that more towards the flag end of it because I don't want them to get it. I don't want the sentiment to be obliterated by the flowers when I put them in. I wonder if I put that there, will that still fit? Just about, yeah. So I'm going to stamp that with a grey so that it's not too in your face, and see how that comes up. That's the VersaFine Claire grey. Yeah, I reckon that looks quite nice. Okay, and that's going to go onto there. I'll pop that back before I know where it's gone. Otherwise, you know what will happen? Guinea pig will be in here again. So let's pop this all together now to show you this lovely, very, very simple card. And again, I mean, you could make this into the simplicity of this could even be one of the dreaded sympathy cards, or just thinking of you, or anniversary, or so many different types of card that you could use for this. So here we go then. So our little sentiment is going to go down here somewhere. I've already pre-cut some leaves, which although they're sycamore leaves, they just work really well with this. I'm just going to give it a trial run first. So I would put them something like that. Whoops, that, and that maybe. And then my big flower will go there. We need to pull those up a bit. That. And then that one down there. So something like that. So let's get these popped together. So before I do that, I'm going to pop a bit of foam on the back of my flag, because I think that would look nice if it was lifted up a little bit. So just going to pop a little bit foam pad onto the back, and then that one can go into position with a little bit of glue. I'm going to make it come up that way a little bit more. And because I know that my flowers are going over the edge, I'm not going to put it right to the edge, because otherwise my flowers would be literally falling off the edge. So I'm going to bring it in a little bit, but it will give the illusion as if it's coming from the edge, if you see what I mean. So there is my bit there. Now, just going to tweak these a little bit with my fingers so that they're a little bit cupped, and pop that one into position there, like that. And I will pop my first, I was going to call it a daisy, but my first chrysanthemum will go now onto there. Just hold it a second for it to grab. Oh, so it grabs and takes the whole thing with it. That's no good. Right, and then going to put that little one, tweak the little edges first. Yeah, this is embossed, Brenda. This is an embossed piece, and that's what we've got there today, the Heartstrings Embossing Folder from Creative Expressions, which is over on Facebook Live section of the maximumcrafts.com website. Oh, throwing it about now. And then I think that little one can go down there. So again, tweak our little thing here and pop this in first. That one goes down there, and then a bit of glue, tuck that under slightly, get the right end, that doesn't want to stay stuck. Then I'm just going to put a little dob of glue into the centres because I just want to add some pearls to it. And I know that the glue that I've got is not good. The glue that I've got on the back of these is not good at all. So I'm just going to add a little bit extra glue to it to make sure that it stays on there, because I know it won't otherwise. Cheap and cheerful gems these were, I would call those, and subsequently not much good at all. And I'll just find something to just hold them down so that they get a chance to actually sit. Oh. Stay stuck. And you. So, a really simple card today. I like simple cards sometimes. I think I love to play with the flowers. So whichever we're talking about, I always like to put the flowers on there. I have to stop myself from putting flowers onto cards very often because it doesn't always work like that. But so we have got the Heartstring Embossing Folder by Creative Expressions, which is this one here. And that's on offer for you today over on the website. And if you haven't already got and would like, I have also got just a few of the chrysanthemum flowers that are left. And as I say, although they are chrysanthemum flowers, I think they look more like a daisy, daisy-esque, as we said. So that's, for you there. And you could, I've used this from the Shutter die. So again, getting all the different things you could use it, sentiment you can use. And the embossing folder, as I said, if you was to get a very soft colour of mica powder, mica magic, I should say, and pop over to some of those, that would look really lovely and enhancing it. So there you go. I'm glad I can see that some of you are liking it. So that's lovely. So, what have we got for you? We have got, so today we've got all of that. I will be putting later on, there's a few spaces left in the workshops on the 8th and 10th. So that's a Saturday the 8th and a Monday the 10th of May. And I'll be popping them on the website shortly if anyone would like to join us with those. I do need to know very quickly because I need to get the orders done for that. So there will be just a short window to get that. And then tonight's the night, 6 o'clock, the fabulous John Lockwood will be on the craft store at 6 o'clock, if I've already said that, and 8 o'clock with his new collection, which if you've had a sneak peek is over on his John Next Door Facebook page. So there's lots of lovely things to look forward to there. And the embossing folder should be in the Facebook Live section. Maybe let me just check that it is there. Hold on. Because it certainly should be. Let me just check for you in case, because you know what I'm like. Hold on. Yeah, it is there. It's in the Facebook Live section, and it is called Hearts on a String. So Jill, it is there if you can't find it. Okay. So take care. Have a great day. As I said, the sun is shining, and the staff's got the morning off at the moment because he's on what you probably had no idea that it is National Drive It Day today, which means that if you have an old and classic vintage car, you should be out on the road. And luckily, the weather is just right for them to be able to do such a thing. So if you are out and about yourself later, you may well see more classic vintage cars on the road than you normally would do. So there you go. That's what he's done today. So take care, everyone. Have a lovely rest of the weekend. Thank you very much for joining me. If you would like to mention how wonderful I am, no, not really. If you have enjoyed it, do comment on the YouTube video after I finish today, and then it will all come up there, and that all helps for me as well. And if you haven't subscribed, do that. So thank you very much, everyone. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.